Now I have to turn around and do this again. Oh my gosh. I love how my phone keeps falling. There you go. Maybe it'll stay up. I don't know if it'll stay up. It might stay up. Then it might fall down. Well, all it takes is a little bit of wind and this phone will fall right from the screen.
Oh my goodness.
It's
my wife says she's going to be listening, so. Yeah. So she just subbed today on your channel, so I showed her how to do it, so.
Hey, Ryan. Hello, Carol and Bill. Hello, Barry.
He's down now, honey.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, Cryptidville. Hello, Pappy. Hello, Gator. Hello, lurkers. You know, gotta have lurkers. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Nita. How is everybody tonight? Peppy. Yeah, they named a street around the corner. There's a new subdivision that just went up, and they named one of the streets Pappy Lane. I started laughing. I was like, "Aw, Pappy Lane."
Pappy Lane.
That's adorable. I think the people that owned it, I think they started naming after family members and didn't want to do the grandfather, so they named it Pappy Lane. Well, that's very nice of you, Ryan. Shane is here. He's on the phone with me right now. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Can you guys hear him okay?
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, you know it's lagging, so you got to wait and see if they say yes or no.
Yeah, it's a little laggy here, too. We got bad internet. Terrible.
Yes, they can hear you. Hey, Claudia.
Oh, there we go. There's everybody. Hello, my friends.
Now you get to hear Shane's voice. Hey.
Yeah. My wife says hello to everybody.
Say hello.
Everybody's coming on. That's good.
Yep.
Hi, Jamie, Carol. Everybody. Hello, Pappy.
So, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
One day at a time, huh?
Yeah, just one day at a time, yeah. That's all we can do, yeah.
That's probably the best way to say it, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
I have to go back out there in the field yet, in the farm in a few days, so I've been kind of missing going out there, but...
Oh, I'm sure. It's
yeah.
horrible when you're stuck inside when you're used to being outside.
Yeah, I love being out there, but it's been raining and everything here. It's been terrible.
It actually snowed today here.
Wow.
It didn't stay on the ground, but it snowed. We came out of the store and my granddaughter said, "Grandma, it's snowing." And I said, "Yeah, that's what it looks like." And then all of a sudden it was gone. So I think we've got maybe about 10 minutes of snow and nothing on the ground. It was too funny.
Oh, that sounds like us last week. We had a little bit of snow and then it just went.
But what's the temperature like there?
Today it was in the 60s, but it's supposed to turn real cold again tomorrow. So up and down, it get warm and then cold again, and then when it gets cold and it rains, it turns to snow. It goes away.
Well, it's still 32 degrees right now, and I'm freezing. I'm sitting here with my warmy blankie, and it's on high.
I don't blame you.
Because it is cold in this window. Anyways, you guys might hear the planes. They've been flying over all night long. Hey, Southern Cal, how are you? Hi, Rayetta.
Cal. They're all coming in now.
Yep, they're coming in now. I was going to show you guys my footies, but I'm not going to show you now because we're already on the phone. So there, haha, you can't see my slippers. I know, I'm so bad. Anyways, so tell us one of your stories.
Okay, well, I've got a bunch actually, but I can tell you what happened at Pastor, the most recent.
Well, yeah, you know, in the chat room, we all talk to each other and we kind of try to tell stories in there, but it's a little hard to to kind of keep up when, you have to pause or type or spell
Yeah.
check or, autocorrect.
Yeah.
So we get to hear your story firsthand.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you about the recent ones first. There. Like a couple of weeks ago, my wife was out there flying my drone, and I didn't notice it. I was watching the drone, and she looked over there and she saw the tall one standing up over there, the black one. And I turned around, next thing I know, and she was walking on that way. I kept hollering for her name, but it's like she couldn't hear me, and I had to go stop her. I said, "What'd you go there for?" He said, "It's like something told her to come over there." I was like, "Well, don't do it, don't go over there." I think he was trying to lure her over there or something, because every time when she's there, he's there. He watches me, and they haven't harmed us anything, but they get really close. I mean, really close to us, and it kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah. It's smart to be cautious, though,
Because I got three of them now that's watching us. You got the tall one, which is the black one, you got the cone head on him. And you got two more. I can't tell if it's a male or female. I think one of them's a juvenile, but they're brownish redhead. And they just get really close to me. I didn't know it until I went back and watched the video that the tall one wasn't probably about just 20 yards from us. It was high behind some trees. I didn't see him because of the sun. I said, "Oh my God, it was that close and I didn't see it."
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and then that's not the worst of it. We started. I saw a strange footprint in the ground. I couldn't tell what it was at first. And, my wife said something.
I was
My wife said she put hay on her. She was just telling my buddy hay. So.
going to say, I see Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but I looked at that footprint now, and I saw the handprint on the. I guess it's one of the Sasquatch, because his hand was bigger than mine. It was deep in the ground. I said, and the ground was hard. I couldn't even put my hand in the ground. I said, it must have been sent down, put his hand in the ground while I was digging in front of it like that.
What do you think he was digging for?
I don't know. Maybe there's acorns and stuff that falls down on walnuts, so maybe he was looking for some of that, or maybe bows. I don't know what they eat, but.
Wow. You don't feed them, though, do you?
No.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, my wife found the thumbprints, and she said it was the handprint. I thought it was a footprint. She said, "No, it's a handprint." I said, "Yeah, you're right."
Did you take pictures?
Yeah, I got pictures of them. I got videos and pictures, and I've been trying to get them on there, and I can't get them a load for some reason. I've been having a hard time. I said, "Well, I can't get them a load." I tried and tried.
Wow.
And then the other one looked like a big dog print, had claws. I said, "Well, they can't be but one thing," because after I saw what I saw last week, I knew what it was. And it was a dog man.
What?
He was standing right beside the Sasquatch. He had a big head on it, like a coyote's head or something. It was big.
What?
Yeah, I was standing right beside it. I was like, why is there a dog man standing beside the Sasquatch? I got a picture of it, but my friends pointed and said, "Hey, you got a dog man standing." I was like, "Oh my God."
No way.
Yeah, I was like, why are them two together? Because, I usually hear that they don't get along very well, most of the time, but I'm scared to go back out there. I mean, really,
Tony's got them on his property, both of them, too.
Yeah.
Because I've seen pictures of both on his property. So you're not alone as far as that. For those of you guys that don't know Shane Barber, Shane on our chat. This is Shane. Shane. Hi, Tim. Hi, Matt. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Tim. Martha.
Yeah, so I'm hearing more of people that have them both on their property. So, we're not sure why, but it's happening, or at least people are seeing them and they're actually taking pictures of the two of them together. So that's pretty freaky, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, and then right across from our road at apartment complex is a big old giant. Looks like they made a egg structure with a lot of trees together. It was woven together. I said, "No, you can't do that because the way it was woven and the way it had pollen must have followed us to our apartment and just put some over there, you know. Because we're only about 2 miles away from where the farmhouse is at, so, you know.
Good grief.
That's just a walk in the park for them, you know. I mean,
Well, yeah.
you know, it's fast and.
That is just freaky, and a lot of people, and I, I hear that all the time from a lot of people, and I know it to be a fact with mine too. That I know they'll follow you. I just am not happy with the idea of a DM following you. I mean, I can handle the sassies, but I don't think I want a DM following me home.
No.
So has it ever done anything
Yeah.
mean or?
No, I mean, they just watch us. I've been hearing them growl every once in a while and make weird sounds, but, you know, my wife sees them and she says, they're out there again. I was like, oh, no.
What is the weirdest sound you've ever heard them make?
The two weirdest sounds, one sounds like a female screaming real loud. That terrified me really bad. It screaming real loud for about 7 or 8 seconds. It's like, wow, you know. And then the other one I heard was the loudest growl I ever heard. I mean, it was awful. It was like I never heard. Terrible.
Did it rattle your chest?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the growling part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
well, go ahead and tell us that the story that you sent me.
Oh, that's good. Let me think. How long has it been since I can't remember what I sent you. I sent you so much, but
Yeah, I know the long one that you sent me about you guys. Let's see, where were you? You were on somebody's property, or you were on their adjacent property, or I think you said you were on the adjacent property.
yeah. Oh gosh. Oh well. Let me think here. Yeah, we was coming down the road and something told me to stop the car. There was a huge egg structure out there, and it was. I mean, these logs are huge. You know, it takes something really powerful to stand them up. You know.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I took a couple of pictures. I didn't see them at first, and then I come back home. My wife spotted them out. She saw 4 of them on the picture, and I saw 2 tall ones standing up, baby in a tree with a little behind it, hanging onto it. Yeah, my wife spotted them. She saw them.
Good
And
grief.
yeah, that's not far from here. That's about 4 miles from here, and that's the first time I've ever seen that many Sasquatch at one time ever. I think it was about at least 4 of them, maybe more. They was just standing there. I mean, you know, it couldn't have been no more than probably 20 feet from us. I mean, just by the edge of the road. I don't know. It's just like something just told me to stop. I don't know if anybody's ever had anything like that happen to them before, but
You have heard that before?
yeah, and I just had a voice that stop the car, take a picture. I said, okay, I'll stop the car, you know, and but
Yeah, I just got through hearing that where someone said that they just had the urge to. Well, Carl from, La Swamp Ape, he said the same thing. He just had the urge. He got up and we were discussing the mindspeak thing where some people say it's an audible and some people say it's just a feeling that they get, where they think they're being called. And like you said, your wife was heading towards them that day, but sometimes these people, like Carl had said, he got out of bed, went outside, took his camera, and just started taking pictures. And he got clear pictures of a Sasquatch on the backside of his yard. So I said, why can't that be mindspeak? I mean, I've never heard him, talk to me like, hey, come out here, that type of stuff. And I never got the inkling, but I have been laying in bed and just got up and came up here and went live, and we had a lot of activity. So how do we put that into a its own category? I mean, is it just is our brain so in tune to wanting to see a Sasquatch that we think we're being talked to, or is it just are they actually doing it? They pulling us to them? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea, but I know it's happened quite a few times. And like I said, Carl said the same thing. Just out of he was just sleeping. He just woke up
Yeah.
and went outside. He just had the urge to go outside with his camera, took pictures, and he had a clear shot. So what is that? You know?
Wow.
I mean, what is
Yeah.
that?
I have to agree with you. I think it's some kind of they have the ability. I believe they can communicate with people like that. A lot of my friends agreed there too. They said they have unique abilities and they can hide very well. They can be standing right there, right next to you. You would never know it. And unless they want to be seen because they move so fast.
Well,
And because I mean I've seen them move. I mean they just move. He's like bam. It's like 1 second there it is, and he's like where'd it go? And
yeah.
you don't see no you don't see no tracks or nothing. He's like how they do that? Ground soft. I make tracks. I walk across it. I leave footprints, but they don't leave nothing. It's like how they doing that?
Yeah, there's a lot of things they do that we don't understand, but I was kind of wondering, is it more that the people that are seeing Sasquatch and having the feeling, and let's just change the word for a second. Let's get rid of the word mind speak, and let's
All
just
right.
say that it's intuition like empaths. A lot of people that see Sasquatch are empaths. Let's get rid of some of the stigma words like mind speak, because a lot of us can't deal with the word mind speak. Like their telepathy. We just, for some reason my brain just doesn't go there. But I mean, if
Yeah.
someone's going to speak telepathic to me, I'm going to walk up and clock them in the head. God, that stuff just makes me nuts. But what if it's more people that are actually empaths don't realize they're empaths and they're just picking up on that frequency, that energy, so they understand it a little bit more. You can do that with your kids, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You can tell when one of your kids are hurt without hearing your kids get hurt. Something's wrong. Oh, I know,
Yeah.
Cryptidville. I'm just throwing in stuff. That's all right.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We said they have so many things they can do. We're just now figuring out some of the things they can do, and they do a lot more, I think. But
Yeah, I think so too. But I think a lot of us have the same problem. It's some of the words that I have a problem with the word DM because I don't see no man in it at all. I mean, and
yeah,
I
I don't.
and
All
I
I see is a big old thing that looks like a dog,
right,
muscular, like long
right,
claws on its hand,
right.
and walking like a dog, but on 2 feet. I mean, that's incredible. You know, you don't
Exactly.
believe it until you see it, and you see it, it's like, oh my God, these things are real.
Oh,
You
I
know,
no thanks. I don't think I ever want to see one. I mean, I really don't. If I have to, I have to. But if I don't have to, I don't want to. Okay.
yeah. And my wife just said when she used to live over there in her daddy's house for a while, when her mom was alive, she said they would come on banging her house at nighttime, slap up against the house, like they normally do when they're trying to get somebody's attention.
Yeah.
She said you hear that, knocking on the outside and slapping. I was like, well, that's what they do. They'll slap on your house and run away or just walk off.
They
Once you
only
come out,
they only did it once to mine, Shane, and I yelled at them, and they haven't done it since. You know that they might kind of knock on it, but they don't slap my house anymore, and they didn't
yeah.
slap the RV anymore after the first time. You
Goodness
know.
gracious.
So I mean,
Yeah.
because I actually went outside and yelled at them, and I said, "Don't do that," because that scared me, and
Yeah.
and so I think it's really, I don't know, the whole idea of a DM. I mean, I know there's a lot of cryptids out there, okay, and I'm not going to argue with anybody about what kind of cryptids are out there because I haven't seen them, and like I said before 1,000 times, I don't want to call anybody a liar, and I won't, because they're
Yeah.
seeing them and I'm not. But I can't imagine seeing all these cryptids. I can't imagine like Cryptid 559 that's seen some of the stuff that he's seen, or Bob Bigfoot in Germany, some of the stuff that he's seen. I don't know how they do it and survive. I just don't. I'm having a hard enough time with Sasquatch. But you know, you have both of them on your property. Like Tony has both of them on his property. Like how many other people? Anybody else in the chat have both of them on the property? Quit laughing at me, Tim. Hi, Darth. Hi, Mike and
Yeah, I know
Mike.
Tony. Yeah, I know Tony does, and he wants to go out there and try to try to catch them, but oh no, I couldn't do that. Never.
Let's see.
Let's see. What else? Let's see.
DMs before,
Cryptid
not one of
Bill.
those. Yeah, there's some. I'm trying to see if anybody else has had both of them. No, what I'm saying is together. Have you seen them together, Ryan? Sasquatch and DM, or DM and yeah. Hi, Sarah. DM and something else. You know, a lizard man or something else. There's Tony. We're talking about Tony, and there he shows up. Nope.
There he is. There's Tony.
Yep.
He's on now.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I don't. Well, yeah, paradox, but he said that they were together, and Tony's on his property, they're together, and I've heard more people say that they're together. So I don't know. I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah. I want to put this picture on something else so everybody can see this, because you know, this freak out. You see, it's like, oh my goodness, you know, that close together like that. What, you know, what's going on? This tall Sasquatch, about 9 foot tall, maybe a little bit taller than that. Big, you know. I mean, big.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I can't never see his face because he's got, you know, he's so dark, his hair on him, you know. You can see his dark eyes, but you can't see his face, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well, if you can get the pictures to me, I can get them out to other people, but, you know, it's kind of hard. You know, you can send them on the phone or you can send them via email, and I can try to get them out, you know, if you want me to get them out for you.
sure, okay.
And
yeah, I can do that.
I can do a small thing and put your name on it, you know, so people can see the pictures that you're uploading to me. But I think that's pretty cool. And there's a whole bunch of people out there that have got some awesome pictures. They just don't share them. They don't put them up on YouTube because they don't want the criticism. You know, they'll share with other people. I have a couple of them that send things to me, but they ask me not to share them. And, oh my gosh, do I want to share them? But of course I wouldn't. There's some good pictures out there. And so you hear all these people saying, you know, nobody's got good pictures. I've got a lot of people who've got good pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of good pictures there. I got a ton of them on my drone. I got a real good drone on, you know, expensive drone. It takes 4K video stuff, so it's awesome pictures and video. I mean, you know, I see some of those like, wow, it's amazing, you know.
Yeah, Ryan just said send them to him and he'll put them up for you.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that.
That's cool, Ryan. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, what other kind of stories you got for us?
All right. Well, when I was younger, me and my brother used to raise chickens at a house he used to live in, and we had chickens down in the bottom of the hill, about maybe 50, 60 yards, and there was an ice storm out there one night, and we got, and it was real bad. We stayed in the house up all night, and we kept hearing things out there, like things breaking and stuff, and we heard the tin on the top of the pins being ripped apart, and you know, I was like, what's going on down there, you know, and we built a chicken lot, you know, that we used 4x4 boards, you know, real thick, you know, strong boards and all. We had it built strong, and we went down there the next morning, you know, on the back side it was completely broken down, like something just bashed it down, broke it in half and all the way down, and went in there and got 2 of our chickens and killed them, and I never figured out what that was. I didn't know what it was back then. I said, what killed our chickens, you know? What could break a board like that, you know, that hard, and push it down and then get in there and tear the pin up and kill the chickens, you know?
And nobody found any blood or hair or claw marks or nothing like that?
Found a bunch of chicken feathers. We followed them around, but then we lost it. It just went down the creek, and it just traveled along the creek, and it went too far. We couldn't go in there. It was a lot of briars and stuff and thorns, so we couldn't go where it went. And
wow.
I don't know. I mean, I believe it was a Sasquatch, but back then we didn't know much about them, you know.
Yeah.
I said, what did bears right here, David. My brother, there's no
It's
bears around
always a
here.
bear, Shane. It's always a bear.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
story out there's a bear.
Mm-hmm.
That's craziness. And no one ran out there with a gun, huh?
I don't know. I had a 22 rifle, but I never shot anything with that. I used to just carry it for protection, but I ain't gonna stop nothing,
Heck no.
There's no Sasquatch. I mean, it's like a little sting. It's gonna come after
Yeah, I think I'd compare a 22 to a thorn.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta be kidding me, right?
Oh, it's too funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you have some Sasquatch that'll go in and take people's animals, and you have other Sasquatches that will take people's animals but then replace them with other animals or other gifts, and that you have other Sasquatches that won't bother people's animals. So I'm really, you got to think about the mentality of some of these. There's a big difference in the way they act on certain people's properties, and you've been around them for how long now?
well, I'm 50 years old, so but I started having my experiences when I was in my early 20s. So
Good
so
grief.
so yeah, that's when it all started happening. I used to read books on Bigfoot and all, but I said, well, I was a kid, I was like, well, they're like in the Pacific Northwest, and they would come over this way, but
Do we all think that way?
yeah. It's like, aren't they from California or something like that over there in Washington?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're all over now. I was like, yeah,
Pacific
I believe it now.
Pacific
They're
Northwest
everywhere.
only.
Yeah. So, but that's just one of the scary towns. I had a bunch of them with them, but I used to live in Georgia for about close to 6 years with an ex-girlfriend of mine a long time ago, and we lived on a mountain, there's a mountain right beside us, just all country, woods and all.
Yeah.
And every night the coyotes would come out there and yelp and whine, and they did that for like 3 years, and then something else came along and started imitating the coyotes, and I could tell it wasn't a coyote.
Yeah.
The pitch was different. And I
Right.
started hearing something walking around and grunt. I said, well, we might have Sasquatch, and sure enough, it snowed on Christmas night, and I heard something out there, and I went out there, and there was 18-inch footprints in the snow. I took pictures of it.
18-inch.
18 inches. They went all the way down in the snow.
Crazy.
And this is the weird part. It only had a trail coming to the house, to the garage, but it didn't. But going away, there was no other tracks. It was just coming to the house. It's like, why'd they do that? I mean, it's tracks coming to the house, but there's no tracks going back.
Well, we've heard that a lot, though, right, Shane? I mean, a lot of people we've listened to, they say the same thing. You got tracks one direction. They just disappear. A lot of people have said that. I don't know. What do they do? Disappear?
I just didn't understand that. I was like, there's no other tracks. I mean, where'd it go? Come up to the garage, and that was it. And I went backtrack, but there was nothing there. It was just one way coming in from the woods, and that was it. It's like, well, maybe this thing's got some kind of abilities it can, whatever it can do, or unless it went backwards.
I don't know.
Tracks.
That opens up a whole different can of worms, don't it?
Yeah, and that's beyond me, but yeah, much of that, and that's when I first heard that loud growl, and that thing, it was so loud, and it scared their little dog. Their little dog was shaking. I was shaking, and we got in the house, and the little dog didn't want to go back out no more. Poor little thing.
Poor little dog. I can't imagine. I mean, us as people, we can try to, but an animal to an animal, I imagine that's got to be terrifying. Yeah.
And to this day, I still have nightmares about these things.
Yeah.
It's like they come talk to my dreams. They talk to me. It's like they're talking to me, I said, it knows my name. I said, it knows where I live. I said, my God. Is this a dream or what? I said, I hope it's just a dream.
Sometimes I wonder. Good grief.
Yeah.
I think there's some people out there that say that most people that believe in Sasquatch are just, there's something wrong with their brains. Well, I'll admit something's wrong with my brain because you can't unsee what you saw,
That's right. And then you got witnesses with you, and everybody cooperates with you. I mean, you know.
Exactly. I mean, Lizzie is still kind of traumatized. She's got a lot of anxiety right now, and she can't figure out what it's all about. And the more she talks to people, the more upset she gets because she's attributing now because she was all into it back then, and now that she's not into it anymore, she's got the shakes and she doesn't sleep very well, and she keeps seeing pictures of them, and so that's a long time PTSD for a child, so.
Yeah.
So when you were 9 years old when you had yours?
I was in my early teens, I guess. It was about 12, maybe, something like that.
And what happened?
That's when we just started hearing things in the woods. You hear like somebody's coughing or grunting or something like that, and you can hear walk in the bushes, but they would never see nothing. I get that creepy feeling all around. It's like there's something following me, there's something watching me, and I was scared to go down there. I went every day anyway. I walked down there knowing when I was being watched. I said, well, I hope that don't get me, because all I got is this little pop gun.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna hurt nobody, really.
Well, did you know about Sasquatch back then?
Yeah, I used to watch, movies and stuff about it. I had books on them, but I never thought I'd see one. I said, well, I ain't never gonna see one, so, didn't think nothing about it. But when I started seeing them, I was like, oh my God, I'm afraid to talk about this. I don't think nobody's gonna believe me. Quite frankly, I don't blame them. I was
Well,
like, I tried to tell my brother. He's like, yeah, there's a bear. I was like, a bear don't set up that long and walk like that.
yeah,
They
exactly.
always blame on the bear. It's like, gosh, the bear, huh?
Yeah, it gets old after a while because by listening to people's stories that there's no way. I mean, everybody knows that a bear can walk on two legs for a little while, but the body's completely different. I mean, there's no way to
Yeah.
mistake a bear unless you're so far away and it stands up for a few minutes and runs and gets down on all four and takes off, and all you saw was part of it. Okay, yeah, that could be definitely something you just saw wrong, but the ones that are having the encounters that they're constantly come up or they're banging on the house or they're throwing rocks or they're growling at you, give me a break. A bear is going to come after you. He's not going to stand there and bang on your house. Yeah, you're right,
That's
Paradox.
true.
Bears waddle. So there's a big difference between them. There's a new picture out there of somebody that said that there was, they got a pretty clear picture, and everybody said, yeah, that's a Sasquatch. Yeah, that's a Sasquatch. And I said, no, we were joking. It's only a bear. And the thing
Yeah.
is, they can take that still shot anywhere and make it look like something else.
Yeah.
So, but I
Yeah.
don't. If you're there, it's a whole different ballgame. How do you call someone a liar that saw it face to face?
He's serious, like, some people don't believe it because they had experiences themselves, they've seen them themselves, like, well, I've seen it too, so,
I know, right?
but, and every time I go out there, though, I get affected. I get headaches, and I get all kind of things that happen to me, and sometimes my head will hurt real bad for no reason, or I'll have extreme pain or the extreme fear of, like, I gotta get out of here. I panic, and
Really?
in a panic mode, I'm like, I'm like, I gotta get out of here, for no reason.
Wow.
My wife saw me last week. I was panicking. I couldn't focus or anything. I just wanted to go. I told her, we gotta go. Now I feel bad.
Wow. Well, I
Yeah.
don't feel bad, but what about when she went out when she was walking? If she's walking towards them and didn't realize she was walking towards them, okay, then did she remember afterwards? Did she kind of wake up, or did she have any ill feelings or anything?
Did you feel weird or anything, Sarah, when you had that happen to you? Anything you felt different anyway? A little bit. You said a little bit. You felt like you was drawn to it? She said she didn't want to go to it.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't think that's good. Anybody else think that that's not good? Them calling you out into the woods? I, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't.
she said she heard somebody yell, and she said it stopped there in the tracks. She heard, yeah, I remember something yelling out there. It was just a yelling, and that was scary. I don't know what that was.
So
They made all kind of racket.
wait a minute. Did she hear you and stopped in her tracks, or did something else stop her in her tracks?
It's like something else. She couldn't hear me. I was hollering for her. I was like, Sarah, come back, stop. She kept getting closer and closer, and I had to go catch her. That's when she stepped out of it. And she told me, she said, something was drawing me over there. I was like, it's that tall one over there is drawing you over there. Yeah, it does. You got to stay beside me because I got to keep an eye on you because he might be trying to lure her in, you know.
What if it's a DM trying to lure her in and the Sasquatch telling her to go back?
That's a possibility.
I'm just drawing straws here. I mean, I have no idea. I'm just being silly because I don't have any idea. But just that's how my brain works. You know, the sassies aren't being bad, and you got DM with them, and the DM's like, let me see if I can lure her to the woods. And he's like, nope, you can't have her. You know, I mean, I don't know why my brain goes there, but it just did. So sorry.
Yeah, I think he was holding back that dog man last week because he was up. I think he was one holding it back. I think he was trying to protect us. I think that's what I felt. I felt like he was trying to keep us from being harmed, because this thing was looking at us like it had intent, like it was going to get us,
Yeah.
And he was just standing right there holding his arm out. I guess he was just telling us to stay still.
That's a pretty bad feeling. Absolutely
Yeah.
bad feeling.
It's like if it wasn't for him, we probably, I don't know what would have happened. I really don't know it.
That's just, I don't know. This just doesn't make any sense to me.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't
Tony's got
make
this.
sense.
Tony's got the same problem.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make any sense. How can they both be there, one wanting to tear you apart and the other one just being a brat, throwing things or, I kind of wonder. I kind of wonder if it's not the same way on different people's properties that have both of them, where one of them is destroying the animals and the other one's trying to protect the people.
Yeah, she says she's worried about her brother and her nephew because he goes out there and cuts the grass every week.
Yeah.
And the little kid's about 12 years old, so 12 and 18, so I don't want anybody going out there, but if I told them, they wouldn't believe me anyway. They would just laugh it off, but I'm scared for them to go out there, but
That's scary. That's just downright
Yeah.
scary. I wouldn't want them out there either.
I mean, what am I supposed to tell them? I want to tell them, but they're just going to, make fun of me and even if I show them the pictures and videos, it's like, oh, it's just a bear or a dog, whatever. It's like, I'm like, really? A bear that tall, that looks like a Bigfoot to me. The cone head, shape head, and, that flat nose like they usually have, like that. And,
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
there's a couple of people that have mentioned it on chat, and I agree with you guys too. We're just we're just jaw jacking here trying to figure stuff out. Well, not that we're going to come up with an answer, but it's nice to try to figure it out. But I've heard the same thing where you have both of them. Where the DMs just kind of walk away and leave the people alone, then you got a Sasquatch that attacks you, or I mean, I've heard them both. And especially like on Wes Germer's, when I first started listening to his channel, there was a lot of people that had good and bad stories about both of them. So you can't, I can't put anything into a box or a category because it just doesn't seem to fit. There's nothing there's no profile that's absolute on any realm here, on any aspect of these things. You can't put any of them in a specific because they change or they do something different or. Quiet, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim's being bad tonight already. I'm telling you. Where's
Can't
Martha?
be a mess.
Martha's going to have to start throwing cactus.
Yeah, she has to lay the hammer down.
Yep, or she'll put the hammer down. Yep, that's the way it is.
Yeah. They're fun down there.
All right,
That's what makes it
have you had
entertaining.
any encounters with a DM one-on-one?
One-on-one.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, at the cemetery on Cedar Grove Road, not far from us. There was one up there, sitting right at the graveyard. Just, I mean, real sitting. His head come up to my shoulder, so that's, I imagine what it looked like when it stood up, you know. So its head was sitting down and come up to my shoulders, and that's how big it was. And
How tall are
it was
you?
black. I'm 6'1", so
Oh, dear
so
Lord.
so it come up to my shoulders and sitting down. It's like his head and his pointed ears, and I was like, and we went up the road a little bit, and he come out in the middle of the road, and I saw it come out and all black and all, and standing up. It's like, it was huge. I mean, it had long arms and muscular, what big, like the Bigfoot was just like, was just like a tall person, but with muscles,
Yeah.
like this.
Did you see its feet?
From the distance, I can see it stand, but I really couldn't see its feet because it was on the road. It was a little way on the road that day, and I couldn't tell really. So I
Well,
was just trying to
if
get
you
down the
ever
road.
get a chance to look at, if you ever get a chance, to see its feet, I've heard people say that some of them, their feet don't have those hocks on the back, and some of them do. So I'm kind of wondering what the difference is. I mean, it could be
Yeah,
the difference between a gugway and a DM, but these people are talking about where it has pointy ears and a long snout and a big old canines and stuff and the clawed fingernails, but yet they don't have the hocks on the back. So now that's a little confusing to me. So if you ever get a chance, to look down, I don't know if you ever will, but if you do, see
yeah,
what yours is like, because I'm interested now.
yeah. I was thinking about it too. Said, well, if we got a gugly over there, but I hope we don't, because I know what they do. They're flesh eaters. They go for your face and all that stuff. What I've been told, and
Yeah.
they kill people. They just
Yeah.
kill people. So
What the
I don't
gugway
want
do?
that. Yeah, like gugglies. Gugglies, and I can't pronounce their name. Ryan
Janasqua?
knows it better than.
The
Yeah,
Janasqua? Well,
yeah, the,
Duke said that he ran into a gugway and it didn't kill him, but he said it scared him half to death.
yeah.
But like I
But
said, there's a difference in what state are you in?
South Carolina, the upstate part, a little town called Union.
Christy? No, I'm not. Stop it. No, I'm just interested in the difference of them. I'm definitely not interested in DMs. No, no, and no, and no.
No.
No, thank you. I don't think I ever
Yeah,
want to see
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I caught that episode there, that Gugly episode. That was a good one. It really was.
Wow.
He knows what he's talking about, Ryan. Very, very informative on that, so.
Yeah, I listen to a couple of his shows. I try to get on there when I can. Usually he goes on at a time when that's usually when I'm either taking my nap or something. I get in there and find out that he's already, 40 minutes into it. But,
Mhm.
it's been really good, Ryan, so far. I like the show. Yeah, they say that the Gugway up north, but I'm hearing more about it being down here now, Christy. That's why I was asking. That's why I'm kind of interested in to find out if they actually are down here.
Yeah, I heard they're more aggressive in the south than they are up north, I was told, but
Yeah, I don't know.
people's had
Yeah, I don't know.
encounters with them. They said they're very aggressive, so one they
Yeah.
encountered.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to keep listening to people to find out which ones are which.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just
I,
want to see their eyes, whether they're red or green. I couldn't see their eyes yet because of the sunlight, but I think the green ones are supposed to be Jim. I think the red ones are supposed to be the aggressive ones. I think, but I might be wrong. Ryan can tell you, but
oh, I
I
couldn't
think that's
tell
what
you.
I heard.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know enough about them, honestly, to even say anything because, I mean, in Oklahoma and all the people I've talked to there, they have either black ones or gray ones or brown ones or red ones, and any of all of them could be, aggressive or non-aggressive. They don't seem to have a pattern there, so I don't know. Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
that too, Ryan. Janasqua are more up north. in the cold, cold,
Yeah,
cold. Yeah.
yeah, they prefer the mountains and stuff because they call them the hill giant. We call them the mountain giants, whatever they call them, but because
Yeah.
they get so tall, real tall. But
Yeah.
yeah,
What did Duke say? 15 feet?
yep, that's 15 feet, I think.
No, thank
15,
you.
14.
No, keep it. Nope, they can stay up north. No, thank you. That's why I'm moving south.
Yeah, I think 9 foot's tall enough as it is, but look at something like that gives me the EBGBs. That just
Exactly.
makes my heart race. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
any of them.
kind
I think any of them would make your heart race.
yeah, I'm kind of worried we're gonna be falling back home because I know this is an apartment complex and there's cameras all around, but I heard that don't stop them when they want to come to you. They gonna come to you, you know. But you know, I heard come to people's apartment complexes before, but it kind of worries me a little bit, you know, because we're so close to the farm. I mean, you know, they got to know where we live, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly. I don't think it's. I don't think it's strange or different or weird that they followed you home because you know you're not that far away.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's. I don't think that's. I think a lot of people say that they actually follow them home. So you know, jeez,
I thank God I ain't seen one out here yet.
yeah,
Because if I do,
exactly.
I'll be ready to go.
Well, you're gonna call me back if they start banging on your walls, all right?
Yeah, because we got a solid door in the front. It's solid. It's about 2 inches thick, but the back is just glass. Glass. So they can just come if they ready to. They just come right through the glass, you know.
Well,
Nothing can stop them.
you're gonna have to start looking at the glass every day to make sure there's no handprints on them.
Well, I stay up all night. I don't sleep at night no more. Because I have nightmares. You know, so I stay up all night. I'm looking out the window at night sometimes just to be sure. You know.
What are you gonna do if you see one?
Well, if I see one, well, if it's demo, I'd want me to just look at it and maybe try to communicate with it. But if it's aggressive, it's gonna probably run if I can.
Jeez. Well, how many encounters over all the years do you think you've had?
About 4 now.
That's 4 too many.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them about 4 times, but at least 4 encounters, and 2 of them were really scary. That one, majority of that was a scary one because he come up to the window at night time. You can hear him out there breathing, and that was scary.
Wow.
And then when I went fishing down on the lake, it's called Lake Monticello. I used to go fishing with some friends, and we would hear whoops and stuff down there. And you hear one whooping, and one across the road from it would be whooping back at it. And my friend said, "What is that?" It's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. They don't want to tell me." It's like, "That's nothing to worry about." I said, "It's probably just someone out there playing a trick on us." But I knew what it was, though. You know, I didn't want to scare him and his wife, because his wife is kind of scared of stuff like that. So.
Rietta wants. I think it was Rietta wants to know if you're in the rural part of Southern California or southern. Sorry, South Carolina.
I'm in the upstate part.
Okay.
I'm about 25 miles from Spartanburg. That's one of the main cities, but most town called Union. So you look it up on it. Yeah. She says, you know about that woman that killed him kids a long time ago, Susan Smith. That's the place I live in. So, but it's all woods. It's just woods everywhere around here. Even in the city, it's just woods. I mean.
Yeah.
So you see deers and stuff all the time, and crossing the road, and little animals coming out, and coyotes. But
all your prints, all the prints that you find are always 5-toe.
Except for one. One was, it looked weird looking. It looked like it was either 3 or 4 the way it was in the ground. I couldn't really tell, but it looked like it was maybe 3. It was hard to tell because the way the ground was. It looked like it was at least 3 toes. That's all.
Yeah,
and
that's
the big toe,
like it was
the big toe,
deformed.
it was kind of crooked.
Yep, deformed.
Yeah,
Yep.
deformed. It was deformed on the big toe.
Yep, that's
So,
what they're calling a gugway. I mean, I heard that. That's the same thing I found in Oklahoma too. Three-toed and the big toe was kind of deformed, and everybody told me that that was a gugway.
I guess this has got 10 gauge shotguns.
Ramona
It's
wants
gonna
to
get
know
me
if you've ever
killed.
casted a print.
No, I've always wanted to, but I don't know how to do it.
Oh, you can
I've
buy
always
that
wanted
stuff
to.
online now, easy, and the instructions are right inside of it. They actually sell them for Sasquatch, for you to do that with. You can go online and find them. I mean, they comes with a whole package and a little piece of paper. It tells you how to mix it together and everything how to do it. So,
Well, I'm gonna definitely do that. If I see another print, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get some stuff and get it casted
yeah.
and take let y'all see it. Take pictures of it and let everybody see it. I didn't want everybody to see the videos I got, but I just couldn't. I get them on there to save my life. I tried and tried. They kept saying it gets so far it would stop. And I was like, what's going on?
Well, did you try going to a library or something?
No, no, just been trying to get from my own, but.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go someplace else for the internet to do it better. Because I've had that problem a little while when I was. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't ever send anything when I was up on the property. I had to wait till I got home because even in Oklahoma where they had Wi-Fi, it would take 5 hours to upload a 25-minute video. So I had to wait till I got home to do anything. I was there all weekend and I was trying to go live and I was getting some good video and then all of a sudden, I mean, I could not upload it to save my life. So I had to wait till I got home.
Yeah, that's what they get doing to me. It's taking forever. Just like they go so far and stop and slow down, and it's like this is gonna take forever to do, and So, but I got some good videos. You can see them good standing right there looking at me. It's like that close, and I didn't see it because the sun was in my eyes. But you what, Sarah? Yeah, she told me where I can go get it at and get it online. She's
Yeah.
asking about the plaster.
Yeah, it's actually Bigfoot. It's called Bigfoot casting material. I mean, they actually do it that way. They actually sell it that way in little baggies. I don't know what is in it, but it just made me laugh when I saw it. Darth wants to know your and my opinion of the Rougarou.
The Rougarou.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard about the Rougarou there.
that's Louisiana.
That's that version of a werewolf-like creature, ain't it?
Well, there's two of them. I think it was Christy or Jules, one of the two said the difference. One of them is a Loup-garou and one of them's a Rougarou. Isn't that right? I think. Didn't you girls both? Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah, Loup-garou and a Rougarou, but
Yeah.
I forgot which one's more different than the other, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. A lot of people say that the one is a shapeshifter type thing, and I think is that the loop or is that the Rougarou? Is the Rougarou actually a Sasquatch and the other one is a shapeshifter, or am I backwards? I could be backwards easy.
Oh goodness, I can't remember. One was the shapeshifter, and one was just plain wolf-like, but they couldn't change. But I think it was the gosh, I might be wrong. It might be a Rougarou, but.
Well, Ryan said they're the same thing, but I've heard different from people that live in Louisiana. They said they're two different things. So I don't live there, so I don't know. So we're talking to people that are from there, and let us know what they are because it's folklore there, and it's reality to some and folklore to others. So I have no idea. A lot of people are saying it's the same.
Goodness, it could be. Brian's probably most likely allowing that. But, I would never want to see one of those.
Okay, Ryan says Loup-garou is werewolf in French and Rougarou is an Anglo-Saxon term.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Confusing
Okay,
stuff,
thanks,
huh? Yeah. You learn something new every day, huh, guys?
Yeah, you can learn everything on here from.
Yeah, I didn't like the idea. I hope I don't ever find three-toed prints, but
But yeah, it says that. Have I seen anything in Georgia. Yeah, I was in North Georgia. I did it. That's where I got those 18-inch footprints from, and where that big Sasquatch was hollering and stuff. And it actually killed a coyote one night. I heard a coyote. They were, making a wells and stuff, and something got a hold of him. He just started whining real hard like a dog does when it's in pain.
Yeah.
It did that for about a few minutes, and then it just got silent. Everything went silent. I was like, it killed it. It just killed that coyote.
Oh my gosh.
Scary. So you can tell when they come back because all the birds and stuff will go away.
Yeah.
We'd be out there, and the birds would be, and all of a sudden, everything, even the crickets stop, the frogs, they all stop. I was like, here they are, they're coming back,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dead giveaway all the time. I mean, when the other ones are gone, something's around, a predator or something's around, so.
Yeah, absolutely, Cherie. That's exactly right. That's what I'd be doing is rebuking it. Whatever's calling me to the woods, I'd be rebuking immediately. Oh, heck no.
Oh,
Do you guys remember when we had Martha on the other night, on Monday or Sunday, whatever night we had her on? Remember we heard the cat scream at one point, and that was it. One of our cats disappeared.
Oh no.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
And I'm not sure which cat it was, but all I know is that the two males are still here, so one of the females has disappeared. And that night we kind of heard remember we heard that's I kept saying, do you guys, one was a cat, but it almost sounds like, and this is a strange part, it almost sounds like something grabs them so we can hardly hear them cry, and then they just disappear. So either something has them by the throat and they take off with it, or I don't know. Hey Bob, how are you, sweetie?
Hey Bob.
I didn't even see Bob was on here.
So something's killing the cats or taking them off. Wow, goodness gracious.
Yeah, well, I've already gotten mad at them before and told them not to take my animals, but I'm wondering if it isn't another animal. You know what I'm saying? Because we have bobcat here, and we have, there's mountain lions have been seen here, and I know we have a lot of coyote, and we have foxes, so I don't know, but I think it's just strange that you can hear it, and all of a sudden it sounds like a whimper, but then they disappear.
Yeah, it just makes a little sound and it's gone.
Yeah, and I don't know if coyotes. Yeah, I know, Darth. I don't know, because that's their snack, that's their favorite. But I'm wondering, do coyotes grab them can they grab them by the throat? Or would that be more of a cat trait?
I know bobcat would do it. Coyote probably just try to grab it. They probably try to go for the throat probably if it could, and just take off with it and kill it,
Well, we did hear coyotes that night, Cherie. We did hear coyotes that night, but they were pretty far off. That's why I was wondering about it, because I can't, if they're real close, you might have one that's close and the rest of them are far away and they're doing their howling stuff or whatever. But usually when the coyotes are close by, even one, he's loud enough for you to kind of figure out where he is according to my window. But I don't know. But this cat was kind of big for an owl to get. It wasn't a baby, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Gracious.
Hi, Nelson. I have no idea what it was. All I know is that they're picking them off. And I'm not sure where, they're going. I don't know what's taking them, but I wouldn't put nothing past me. Put past them.
Yeah, no. I've been watching a lot of race videos there too. That's what's been going on in his farm, He's taking getting killed and all, and he went in them caves. It's like, oh my goodness, Rick, what are you doing? He walking in a cave,
Yeah.
There might be something sleeping in there, a bear or anything,
You absolutely have no idea. We have no idea.
There could be some hillbillies in there with some guns. You don't ever know.
That's just freaky. Absolutely freaky.
Yeah.
It's bad when you live in a place where you have other predators, because you never know what to blame it on.
I think he's got a booger that's doing that, but I could be wrong, but, you know.
Yeah, we do have some pretty big owls here. I mean, pretty big. That one, the wingspan was the width of my truck, for crying out loud. That thing was
Oh, my goodness.
huge. I've never seen an owl that big in my life. I've seen barred owls, down by the fire department because they like to hang out in the back there. But I've never seen an owl this big, and it just came up out of the ditch as I was driving. It's a good thing I was going really slow because its wing tipped the side of the front of my truck as it tried to push itself up, and I was like, holy moly, I've never seen an owl that big. But
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think I wouldn't put anything past them, and I wouldn't doubt that they'd be able to pick up a cat. I just think it would scream a lot more. The cat would be freaking out.
You ever heard an owl scream at night?
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Oh, my goodness.
Oh yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Their
What is that thing?
their mating call is horrible. I mean, we heard it down in Fouke too when we were all down there. But I hear that out here all the time. It makes me laugh because it is just the weirdest noise I've ever heard. They make some strange sounds.
Yeah, he's like, owl, he's letting it go.
Jeez, what other kind of predators do you have around where you live?
What kind of what?
Predators.
We got small black bears, coyotes, and some fox, and let me see, and snakes during the spring and summer, but that's about it. Some people say it used to be black panthers here, but they ain't been in here in a long time though. We used to have them around here a long time ago, but I think they killed them all off here or something.
Jeez. What do you let's go back to sassies for a minute. What do you think they actually are? What's your opinion?
I think they were created by the fallen angels. I think a long time ago. I think some of them were. They were created for whatever reason. Maybe to just give mankind a hard time because they got some kind of abilities. There's something more about these things that we know. They're flesh and blood, but there's something else more about them.
Yeah.
I just honestly believe it. I just got, I don't know why, but I just feel like they can just do so much more.
Yeah.
And they've been around since man's been around, so.
Yeah. And it'd be different if, they were written down every single animal that was put on the ark, but no one said anything about them not being on the ark. But I don't know. I don't know if I believe that they're Nephilim or not. I don't think I do. I believe that they're flesh and blood, and I do believe that they're guardians, but I also believe that something has changed. So I don't know. I'm not going to call it evolution because I doubt that very seriously. My thing is I believe they're flesh and blood. And I do believe that they're an offspring of something, but I don't know what. So your idea is just as good as anybody else's, or just as bad as anybody else's. We just don't know. And I have to agree with the certain abilities because we don't understand. There's a lot of stuff popping up that wasn't that way in the beginning. I mean, I didn't hear about it in the beginning. Someone coined the phrase cloaking and mindspeak, and all this came out a little bit later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, haven't you noticed in the past 5 years how much it's increased, all the sightings and everything, how that just went from a few to a whole lot more?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And a lot more people saying, hey, I've seen these things, what are they,
Yeah.
And I say, well, I believe we're getting towards the end of the day, so, it's like God said, all these things that was before is going to be back again, and you're going to see them again, all the giants and everything, so.
Yeah. I've read all that. Hi, Lane. Sorry you're sick, sweetie. You're in our prayers.
Hi, Lane. Yeah, you're in our prayers, Lane. I think you're feeling better.
It's crazy. Okay, so what kind of interactions has Sarah had besides that one?
What other kind of interactions have you had besides that one, Sarah? Anything else? What kind of interactions have you besides that one time when that Sasquatch? Anything else? She says she feels weird every time she goes out there. Yeah, real nervous and just like me, she gets real nervous and we get like fear gets put into us or something,
Is there? Can you relate to why you're getting nervous? Is it just because you know of these things, or is it because of a bad experience, or is it what? Do you know what it is that's causing you to feel that way?
Well, when they're not around, I feel fine. It's real peaceful. But every time they come around, it's just like something just gets into me, and it's like something tell me like fearless or something is what I get in my mind. It's like fearless,
Yeah.
like stay away, like you need to leave soon or something. Like I get that, in my head, like
Yeah,
it's a
see, that's
strong
different.
voice.
That's what I mean about different people and different experiences, because I don't get that. I get a giddy feeling when Boo's around, but sometimes I just get a nonchalant, like, I know they're around, but it's not Boo, and it's not like it's not friendly, like they're telling me to go away, or, that happened once
Yeah,
on the property up there, but the rest of the time, I don't have that feeling. Even with the ones in Honaby, they're not friendly forest giants. They get pretty mean down there sometimes. But I've never had that feeling like you better get out of here.
ones I'm worried about, and then at the end, but because I want to get really close. I mean, there was one probably not was hiding in the bushes, real close to Sarah, and I saw him in the drone. It went down, and I saw him moving in a.
Do this.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Okay. Are we back, guys? Okay. Back. You're probably going to have to refresh because it says I'm back. I'm not sure if I am or not.
Yeah,
This thing,
I think
this thing has its attitude.
that's what mine does every once in a while, especially when you're like you're talking about Sasquatch. They are.
Whatever. Oh my goodness. I think I'd be more worried for Sarah, you know?
Yeah, I'm really worried about her
I'd
going
be
out
more
there.
concerned, but you can go out there and start praying against it.
Mhm.
It's
Oh,
buffering
every time we
again.
go, I say a prayer. Oh, we're buffering again. Oh dear.
Activity here.
Mhm. We're probably close to you again.
Yep. Let's
Thanks,
see.
Tony. Thanks.
Let's see what happens. Craziness. This is absolute craziness. You
Mm.
guys better knock it off. Or maybe it's the camo dudes they're throwing they're throwing signals at us to knock it off. Come
Yeah,
on,
it could be.
babies. Jamie wants to see you. Right, Jamie? She's like, "No. You asked for it." If I call them in, you can't blame me if they do.
I see Matt's eye again. Every time I look at his eyes, like he's hypnotizing me.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Matt loves to do stuff like that.
I was like, Matt.
I hope not, Paradox. I don't know if there's Pukwudgies here. I know when I get up to the new property, I know I'm going to ask permission from both the big people and the little people. I'm going to make sure I ask permission and see if I get a response. But we found two pieces of property, and I'm hoping I'm going to be praying big time that I don't end up having the same issue you have, Shane, because I don't know if I could handle it, to tell you the truth.
Oh, yeah, my wife said she gets headaches when she gets home from coming back out there. So
She gets headaches.
yeah, so I do too. And she really gets them when she comes back from out there. It's like it just does something to her. So she
Well, I'm gathering that data about people that have physical conditions after they have encounters and stuff, and it seems I haven't found a whole bunch of different ones so far. You have a lot of people with PTSD, a lot of people with night terrors, a lot of people with high anxiety that never had it, a lot of people with stomach issues, a lot of people with headaches and visual problems and shaking for no reason. So I'm getting, and then one guy I talked to said that he suffered left side paralysis for about 14 hours. Went to the hospital. They ran all kinds of tests, couldn't find out what was wrong, and he was fine. And 2 days
oh
later,
my
he went.
God.
2 days later, he goes back out into the woods, and the same thing happened. He actually dropped the knife he had in his hand, and he called his wife, and she came back out on the four wheeler, and helped him back on the four-wheeler, hers, and took him back home. And she said about 4 hours later, it disappeared. So he's not going back out in the woods because he thinks he's being zapped.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
him. I'm trying to get him to come on, but he's never been on a show, and he is terrified. He's terrified because he said he's sick and tired of the people that he has told calling him a liar, and the doctors even made fun of him. And
Oh,
so,
nice.
so I feel really bad, and I told him this was a safe place to go, and so far he's not interested. And so I asked his wife, and she said she's going to talk to him about it, and if she agrees, at least I can get her, we can get her side of the story as to what's been happening, because they only moved in there about a year and a half ago.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
and they live on the border of Arkansas and Mississippi. So,
Arkansas, Mississippi.
yep.
Wow. Oh, they're right there on the. Oh yeah.
She said they are actually right there on the border.
Right there on the border. Wow.
So she didn't tell me the name of the city, but she said they're right on the border, and she's just she's scared to death for his life, and he just said he's done. He's absolutely done. He's not going back out there. He doesn't care to prove they exist to himself or prove it to her or to anybody else. He's just done.
Oh my goodness.
And I think if it paralyzed me, I'd be done too.
Yeah, because everybody gets affected different ways. Some get sick, and like you said, headaches or paralysis, or you know.
Yeah, but
All kind
how come one side of him? Well, how come one side of him? You know what I mean?
I know, it's like just one side. I guess they're just trying to tell him, hey, we can make you feel this way if you keep coming back out here, I guess, or something. Maybe.
How do they do that?
I don't know. Maybe they have. I don't know. I've been trying to think about that for years. They got to have some kind of supernatural abilities or something.
You know, everybody talks about the energy that they have, and we have energy too. You know, all of us are made. I mean, everything's energy. So, you know, maybe they know how to manipulate the energy, but I don't understand how it's targeted to one person or the other, different kinds. Yeah, it was the side holding it. Yeah, it was the side holding the knife, Tony. Yeah.
Oh, mercy. Well, thank God it wasn't permanent causing it.
No.
I feel bad, something.
Yeah, I mean, because that you'd think you were having a stroke or something, and
Yeah, you think, yeah, there's totally goes, well, there's nothing wrong with you. He's like, the test showed nothing. Is like, well, what's going on then, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
He said they stuck
about it.
needles in his arm, and he couldn't even feel the needles. You know, they even asked him, and he could feel nothing.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
not not something in his head that they did. That's a physical thing that they did.
Yeah. Goodness gracious alive. See, my whole family made a mockery of me Christmas. My nephew got talking about Bigfoot with me, and they all made fun of me. They all made a mockery. I had to leave. They made me go out there and yell and stuff, how to do Bigfoot calls and all that, and how to do wood knocking. And we actually got a response out there right across the wood that said, oh no, I think I got to stop.
Yeah.
And they thought it was funny. He was making fun of me and everything. No, I had to leave it. I was so embarrassed, but I said, I cannot do this. I said, you know what's going to happen? I said, they're going to bring them in.
Yeah.
I said, every time you do it, they're going to bring them in.
Yeah, and you don't know what you're saying by doing it either.
Yeah, because we don't know what we're saying about wood knocking. It could be anything. It's like, hey, here comes here's food. Come get it.
Well, you heard me on my, you know, when I was talking to Carl that day. I think you heard me, but you know, and I feel the same way he does. You know, we know enough about the prints and the heights and the hair and the size and the differences, but what do you think they want? Why do you think they're trying to why do you think they're showing themselves to people or having interaction with people? Do you think they want something?
I think some of them want to communicate, or you know, there's a reason I think they want to communicate with us. But I guess because we're more open, I guess, you know. Like I said, they pick the people they want to, you know, they pick the people they want, you know, to be seen with, you know.
Well, if you believe like I do that they understand English, then why wouldn't they just talk to us?
Yeah, no, I said, why won't they speak English? But I think they could. I think some of them probably could. I heard that some could, you know. I'm really not sure, but I think if they wanted to, they could. They can at least tell us somehow, but they won't. I
Yeah.
think some of them, like the juveniles, like the young juveniles, they want to mate. They want your wife or something.
Yeah.
Because like you said one night, the juveniles sometimes will, they growing up,
Right.
and they're looking for a mate, just like like a husband looks for a wife.
Yeah, boys will be boys. Doesn't matter what
Yeah.
breed.
Yeah,
Boys
you
will
got
be
your good
boys.
ones and your bad ones. Stay away from them.
Oh, my daughter-in-law's
Yeah.
home.
I don't want that to happen to nobody. So that's why I tell people, please be careful going out in the woods. Don't do no wood knocks. Don't try to call them in.
Yeah.
If you hear them, just trying to get out of there. Don't try to communicate with them because you don't know what they want.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
really don't.
Yeah, it's kind of scary to me with some of the females that go out by themselves looking for him. It just, I mean, if you didn't even know about the missing 411, just think about that,
Yeah, I've been reading on that. People go missing. I think some of the Bigfoots and DMs have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Not all of them, I'm saying some of them,
Yeah.
because if something else is going on we don't know about, something really big is going on, and people's disappearing everything, never seen again, no trace, no nothing.
Yeah, I think David Paulides is more. I just listening to his new ones that he's talking about. The Can-Am, videos that he's got going. I think he's talking more along the line of aliens than anything else. He doesn't want to blame everything on Sasquatch or DM or any other cryptids. He just finds it very disturbing that the clothes are folded up next to the body, or, I mean, it makes sense when you're hypothermic to take your clothes off because you start getting warm, at a certain point. But there's a lot of things that don't make any sense, especially like the tracks that disappear out of nowhere, You got full
Yeah.
tracks, they can see the full tracks, and all of a sudden they just end. So I think he's gearing more towards alien than he is anything else. That's why he doesn't commit to
Yeah.
any one thing.
Yeah, he's thinking differently, but yeah, so much going on we just don't know about. But
It's a
it's pretty
shame
fun to
too,
go in the
isn't it?
woods.
Isn't it a shame, Shane, that we don't know?
Yeah, it really is. And we should know these things, but we don't know nothing about them. And they know more about us than we know about ourselves, I believe.
Yep.
At least I feel that way, because they know a lot more things that we don't know yet that we should know. We don't know. But maybe one day when you're maybe Boo or something, I come up and say, hey, I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Yeah, that'd
Like,
be
okay.
nice, but I'm not going to hold my breath, trust me.
Has he been friendly to you, Don?
Do what?
Boo, has he been friendly to you? I'm a friendly one.
Oh yeah, Boo's been fine. And
That's fine.
he's only scared me once, but he thought it was funny. It wasn't funny. But
He wanted to.
yeah, he thinks that's funny, and he takes off, and he does. He thinks that's funny when he scares you, but because he's big, and I think like I said before, I don't think they ever get past that juvenile mentality. I really don't. And
Yeah.
so to them, scaring you is fun even when they're in this area, like that one that I call Stinky. Yeah, because he comes out and the smell is so bad it burns my nose, but there's no skunk, and it's worse than a skunk smell. But then it's gone as fast as it's here, and then of course you can hear the running, or you'll see the eye shine, and I don't know who it is behind my truck that's constantly behind my truck, but I know it's not Boo. And I know it's not the one we called Grandma either, because that one was gray, and you could clearly see her gray. So if it was her, I would see the gray part of her because of this light right here. So this one, to me, has got to be a juvenile, and I don't know who it is. But they seem to love my truck and the RV, because like even last night, I heard something ping off the RV, and it wasn't on the top, it was on the side. And the reason I know that is because I have the stairs down, and if you throw a rock at the side of the camper, you hear a certain sound, or an acorn, or even a piece of, maybe say a squirrel was in a tree and something dropped down. That's one sound. but hitting the door is a different sound. And they hit
Oh my
the door right by the stairs because it's completely different sound. And there's only one door on that camper.
God.
So they threw something off that and it bounced off the door. So that's how I knew that they were, that it wasn't on top or anything. Because it's a hollow noise as opposed to a metal clang noise.
Yeah. What's wrong, Sarah? Back out in the field? Yeah, my wife says she's scared. She's scared to go back out there in that field. She's really terrified about it.
I would be too if I were her.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to her. I mean, I'm handicapped, so I couldn't hardly do much. I wouldn't stand a chance against something coming like that against us. All I can do is just try to walk away for a moment. Better get in the car and get away.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put myself in that position either. You know what I'm saying?
I've tried to run too, but and I was listening to you one night when you had an activity and something sounded like something threw a rock or something on your house or something like that.
Yeah, they do that.
Remember
They do
that.
that often. They throw it right on the side of the window so it makes a noise. Because if they throw it where my phone is, it's going to hit the screen and it's not going to make a noise. So they know to either hit it on the window above, which you guys can hear that difference compared to when they hit it on the side trim, which makes a completely different noise. It's a thud as opposed to a ping, from a window.
Yeah.
So you guys can always tell where they hit it. If they hit the window, my phone's gonna go flying.
But I worry about that guy that's right across from there. I just wonder if he has,
Oh yeah, I
he got
talked to
lights
him.
on all the time now.
That's what yeah, you weren't here the night that I explained that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I went over and talked to him, and that his wife is the one that made him put all the lights on and leave them on because they had so much activity over there and didn't know what it was.
Oh my goodness.
And
No
so,
wonder, no wonder.
and he built that shed over there, that garage part, addition onto the garage, so he could do his woodworking out there and stuff that his that's his little man cave. And he actually had to close the door a couple of times because he said he knew he was being watched and it unnerved him, so he closed the door. But he's had different activities out. He's had bangs on the walls and things thrown, and during the day he's haven't had things thrown. He looks around, just kind of blows it off. But when I went over and talked to him and told him about the Sasquatch coming this direction, he goes, "Now that makes sense." He goes, "But that's why it's all lit up." He goes, "My wife will not let me shut any of these lights off." He said, "She demands that I leave the lights on all night long." And
Oh my goodness.
and remember I said that they added those lights to the backyard, well, kind of the side yard from me, but their backyard. They added all those lights so when she goes out on the back porch to take the trash out, that it's all lit up. She will not go out there. She makes him take the trash out now at night.
I don't know if your wife will even keep them away, really. I mean, it might keep some of them away, but
Well, we've
know,
seen
okay.
them. We've seen them run across in the front of the house. We've seen the shadows, black out the windows over there across the street. So they're still playing around over there. But I don't think they mess with them anymore because they're not paying any attention to them. I think that's the reason that they're over here, is because at least we're giving them some attention.
yeah, you talk to them and you click out, and yeah, they like that. They seem to like that from me, so.
Well, I don't
At
think
least you got some.
I don't think I'd make any more noise than they make. If they're gonna come to the window or close to the window and click, I'm gonna click back. But I'm not tree knocking. And if I hear a low whoop, I'll do that back. But I'm not gonna scream at them or do anything, and I won't play. I play the Indian music before I go live so they could hear it, and they seem to like that a lot. So.
Well, I'm glad they got the friendly ones there. Rather had the friendly ones than the mean ones.
Well, if I had a mean one, I think, yeah, I don't think I'd be doing any of this. I don't think I'd be sitting in the window if they were mean.
Yeah, no kidding. I was trying to see what somebody was saying there, but yeah. I think he said something there.
The chat went so fast. By the time, I'm looking at the phone at you, making sure that the phone is still plugged in so you don't go dead on me. And then looking back at the computer to make sure that I'm not buffering again. So I barely looked at chat. So I know, and the last time I looked at chat, it was just scrolling like crazy. So I'm sure I missed a lot. I'm sorry. I apologize, everybody.
questions. My apologies, everyone. So,
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, can you go ahead and put them up now? Because I apologize, I wasn't watching chat. I'm glad you came on, Shane. It's nice hearing your stories.
yeah, I wanted to be much more detailed about it, but I'm just kind of scared too because I don't, I wouldn't want certain people to come after me or something because they're, exposing these things, I
You
feel
don't,
like someone's
you,
being covered up for a reason, but.
you don't have to worry about what you tell us, because you know nobody here is going to give you any kind of grief. As
Yeah.
if you're welcome to share what you want to share when you want to share it. Otherwise, if you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine. We'll never put you in a position where where you have that problem. I'm not worried about it. So if you want to share, you go ahead. No one's going to call you a liar, but if you don't, then that's fine too. It's completely up to you.
Yeah, I do have one more. I didn't tell about that one that happened a long time ago when me and my brother and two stepbrothers, when we used to go spotlighting when we were younger, and we was on a back road, and we started this old house. It was, abandoned and everything, We was just spotlighting looking for deer. We had no guns or anything, but my brothers pointed at that house, and all of a sudden, this big old thing just stood up dark with red eyes. The only thing I saw was the red eyes. It was so big, his head was up past the porch of the house. I estimated at least about maybe 10 foot because it was really big.
Good
I
grief.
didn't know what it was. And we just took off. My stepbrother just swore. I said, take off now.
Well, you've heard of people saying that Sasquatch had red eyes, right?
You want to say? Oh, somebody asked where we live? Let's see. Oh, somebody said I live in South Carolina Union. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't know. I've heard different color eyes. I've seen them red eyes once, but most of the time they're whitish yellow. Or I've seen a couple of them that were a bluish color, but that's about it. I've only seen the red once, and that was down in Honaby when that guy, Monkey called to him. Their eyes went from that yellowish color to a red right there in front of me. So that was just downright freaky. But other than that, I've never seen red eyes.
I kept thinking red eyes means evil, so
Yeah.
so red eyes, that means to go, that means business,
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
You could be right. I mean, I don't know.
Exactly, Jamie.
Or somebody else said
Guts.
something about red eyes being a different animal too.
I'm still scared of these things, but I keep going back out there because I fly my drone. I don't let it try to bother me that much, I said, they're not bothering me yet. If they wanted to hurt me, they would have got us easily.
Yeah.
All those times, they could have got us. I said, well, they ain't got us yet.
Well, as long as you leave Sarah in the house, you'll be okay. Unless you got her attached to your hip.
She sits right beside me. She'll be spotting on the tablet for me with my drone, so she tells me where it's going so I can see it, And when she sees something, she tells me. She says, there's some over there. I go looking over there, trying to see what it is. But
Is that how you have the pictures you have?
Yeah. She's over there laughing.
Yeah, I heard that. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
She's cute. I don't know. The whole thing is a mystery to me.
I don't know why I was chosen like this. I felt like I don't know why. I didn't really believe him. I used to kind of believe him, but until I saw it, then I really do believe it now. I was like, why am I seeing them now,
Yeah.
Now my wife and my friends have seen them there too, so, I was like, well, I'm not crazy. They see them too, so.
Well, it's good that you have, corroboration, because that's really important. It's hard enough to explain it when you're by yourself, not thinking that you're losing your marbles. But if you have corroboration by friends or family members, it does make it easier. So at least you're lucky about that. Not everybody does.
Yeah, 'cause my family makes fun of me, you know.
Yeah,
They
I'm
think I'm,
sure.
I don't, you know, it really hurts my feelings, you know, 'cause I, you know, but, you know, I just, it's fine, I mean, you know, it's like, well, if they see it one day, they'll come back and tell me, they'll let me know. But, uh,
How do you
I'm glad
tell?
I got good friends, though, you know, I can talk to about this, so it makes you feel better.
Yeah, how can you tell someone that doesn't believe in it that you're not a liar? When you just want them to believe, not for any other reason that other than that you're their family or friend and they should believe you. Forget about the
Mm-hmm.
subject itself, but just the fact that you're your family and you wouldn't lie to them. That's the hard part.
Yeah, I just decided not to tell them anything anymore. If I just see something, I just won't tell them,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
If
that's
they want to see it, let them go ahead.
yeah, that's
They're
kind
welcome
of
to.
how I feel too. There's no way for you to convince anybody. You get people that might be interested because they like anything cryptid or paranormal or whatever the case may be. So that's just the way they are. But you have other people that think they have their feet planted firmly on the ground and they'll get an education one day.
That's right. Damn, you're right about that. They don't know. They don't really know.
Yep.
They have no clue. But I'm sure most of you probably seen, you know, like Tony and all them and Ryan, they've probably seen a lot more scary stuff than I've seen probably. But, you know,
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've
Ryan, I get
listened.
it.
We've heard some people on here. Look at Bob and his stories.
Yeah,
Look at quite
Bob
a
and
few people that have had some pretty hairy encounters that, and I don't mean hairy, the hairy giants. I'm talking about scary hairy. But
yeah, scary things happening. But, yeah, that's true.
terrifying for a grown man, let alone a female. I mean, for a grown man to about lose his cookies, over something that shouldn't exist is, one thing you think about a male. Guys are big and bad and whatever, but I've heard way too many stories of guys just turning into total mush after seeing one.
Well, that's what I did. just,
Yeah.
I went from all brave to just all terrified. I mean, just like I don't want to go back out there on it, but then again, I still want to. I do and I don't. You know, it's like the part of me wants to go says I want to go, and I like the other part saying no, don't go, don't go.
Oh
You know,
gosh.
I'm sure I don't feel that way there too. You know, like I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
go anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna ever be ready for a bad encounter. I just don't think. I don't think I'll ever be ready. I don't think anybody should be really, but I don't
But
know.
I pray no one ever has any bad encounters with them. I pray that never happens.
Yeah. But if I were
That's
you,
just,
that's right. If I were you, I'd be out there praying. If it's something, because I've heard a lot of people say when they pray these things, kind of disappear or go away. So maybe you could try it that way. Maybe they'll stay away from Sarah. You know.
that's what we've been doing. I've been praying. I pray for the full armor of God, and you know, read Psalm 91, you know, and do the Lord's prayer. And so far, it's been keeping them, you know, from coming real close. You know, but
Yeah.
I mean, they come so far, but they won't. It's like somebody's preventing them from getting any closer. I feel like, well, you know, God's keeping them away from us. Thank God, you know.
Yeah.
I prayed. I said, dear Lord, I said, please don't let anything hurt us, you know, like that.
Yep. And I'm going to ask all you guys to pray for me too before we buy this property that we don't, because I asked the Lord, please don't put me someplace where, we think we're going to retire, but we're going to retire to our grave because we're going to get eaten by a mean old Sasquatch.
Yeah, because you want to make. Yeah, you're right. Because you want to make sure when you move, you want to go to a place that was not bad to a place that's terrifying, you know. And
Yeah. And I got to
you
kind
said,
of
I'm gonna.
wonder why some of these houses haven't sold in all that time. Some people might not like the idea of Sasquatch being there if the realtor, divulges that information, but good grief.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Just like a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead.
I was just thinking like some people that out there, you know, in Falk, you know, I used to hear this stories out there that people say that thing will come up in their house, you know, and try to get in their house and kill their animals, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I got to tell you the story. One of the girls that works in the Falk store in the Monster Mart told me. She said that she told me that her uncle that lives down there by Boggy Creek, and he
Yeah.
was yelling at his wife to stop, slamming the door. And he said, "What is your problem?" And finally, he got up off the couch and went to the door. And he goes, "Now where are you?" He goes, "What is your problem?" And she came down the stairs and she goes, "What?" There were footprints in the kitchen from the floor, from the door, from something coming in and out and slamming the door. And I laughed so hard. I said, "Are you serious?" And she said, "I'm dead serious." She said, she says, "He's double bolted that door and he goes out and yells at him all the time and says, 'Stay out of my house.'" And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me. I don't know if I could handle that. Could you handle that?" Oh my gosh. I would lose my marbles if they opened my door, literally. Bob, the house is sold. We have exactly now 31 days to move.
31 days to move.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So
Oh, goodness.
we are blessed that the house is sold exactly to the right person too. Just like I said, we would have to. It'd have to be the right person. And then now I'm waiting for the right property to open up for us to move to.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, they'll get a good place. It's just as safe, and
Yep.
peaceful. Real peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah, and I am, you're right, Bob, and I am totally grateful. And I have said thank you so many times. I think the words thank you are just so minimal. I can't say thank you enough to everybody who helped out to get us where we're at, because we would have been on the street, over a month ago. There was no place. We have no family here. We have nobody here. We would have had nowhere to go and lost everything in our house because they would have locked the doors.
Oh, no.
Yep. So it's a good thing, and I am seriously blessed that there's so many people cared enough to send money to help us get caught up. So that gave us an extra, 45 days. But then the buyer came in. So this is all God and all prayers, guys. I mean, this is
Oh, that's so cool.
all you guys helping and all your prayers. If
Well, we've been praying for you every day. I mean, keep everyone on the prayer list. So,
yep,
I'm
me
so happy.
Yeah, I am too. I am really happy. And you guys are always, I mean, everybody's on the prayer list every night, but sometimes it takes a miracle.
It does, yeah. You have to, the good Lord will help you out there, and once you get it, you're just so happy, and thank you, Lord.
Yeah, like I said, those words, thank you, don't even seem like enough, and I don't know what else to say, I'm just.
It's never enough. Thank you's not never. I mean, you say it over and over, but what else can you do?
Exactly. I mean, good grief. It's just incredible. It's incredible all the and I got to tell you this. Don't want to change the subject, but I'm going to ask, I'm glad you said that. I want to ask everybody for prayer. I got to tell you a story. There is a woman who contacted me, and I had told you guys about her son, and you guys all prayed, and her son's better, and I have a praise report because he's now out of the hospital. He's doing very well. But then she turned around and asked me today to please ask you guys to pray again because she found out that there's a 68-year-old man who's on the run right now who his job caused him to be able to talk to a lot of younger females, and he convinced those younger females to come stay with him, and he molested every one of them. And so the girls are so afraid of him that they don't want to testify, and now he's on the run gathering other girls. So she's asking for prayer that he be caught, and no other girls get hurt.
Oh, dear Lord.
So,
they should have the guy locked up or something.
well, when they catch him, they should lock him up. But in the meantime, that a lot of she is very, 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 because I guess apparently a family member was one of the girls. Yeah, it makes my blood boil too. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's just
And pray for all the
Yeah.
girls too, because that is, they trusted him. You know, I mean, 68 years old. They trusted him. You know, father figure to some of these girls, and he took advantage of them, and they will not press charges against him because they're scared to death of him now.
Oh, I would be too. Yeah. Well, if the law don't give him, the Lord will eventually. He's going to eventually have to just pay for what he done. But and there's people, they got my prayers, and Lord, I'm telling you, when you go through something like that, it just can affect your whole life in different ways.
Yep. But I am so
Yeah.
grateful that this is a praying group because, man, I'll tell you what, you're moving mountains, let me tell you.
Oh, my wife wanted to say she's going to have go see a surgeon on March tonight
Okay.
for stomach surgery. So.
Why are they going
Yeah.
to do the surgery?
When they going to do the surgery?
Yeah.
There's a pouch up there. You know where the esophagus is at, where it closes up at.
Yeah, it's called LES.
Yeah, just above it, she's got like a pouch like sticking out on her side.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a small balloon.
Okay.
They want to go take that out and then cut a hole in her stomach where food would go down more easier.
Okay.
But she's had multiple surgeries, so this is the problem. So she got to go to a specialist in North Carolina for it. So.
Okay, well, prayers up for Sarah. We'll definitely pray that the Lord goes before to the surgeon and guides his hands, and that she will be healed. And that'll be a steady prayer until it's done.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to eat in months hardly. She can hardly eat. I mean, it's just awful to be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean.
I know. You wrote to me, and it just breaks my heart. But with something like that, that has to be surgically removed unless the Lord intervenes and does it for her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somebody else is facing surgery. Who is?
J-Lo.
J-Lo is facing. J-Lo, okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Bob too, because Bob's
And
getting ready to
Bob.
have surgery too. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob. I hope Bob's gonna be all right there too.
Bob's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, he's a good man. He really is.
Yep, because I can see him over here, so he's gonna be just fine. But we will make sure we keep all you guys in prayer. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Shane? Or you guys want to hear more stories? I'm sure he's got more stories.
Well, I used to be a paranormal investigator a long time ago for about 5 years, and I got in that. That was scary stuff, and I had to get away from that. It was too scary, but.
Yeah, you don't want to open that door.
No, that was a door I kept closed. I said, Lord, please close this door and keep it closed.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Nelson. What'd she say?
What, Sarah? Oh, somebody, Tony said more, huh?
Yeah, Martha asked if you're in North Carolina much.
No, just South Carolina, but I never go to North Carolina, no.
Okay. That's
we
what I
gotta go to Charlotte, though.
That's
in
what I
North
said,
Carolina,
Mike.
so.
Yeah, wrong door. Yeah, I don't get into any of the paranormal stuff. I mean, I don't want any part of it. I stay far from it.
Mm-hmm. But no, Martha hasn't been in North Carolina much. Only a few times, so.
Were you squatching up there, or were you just visiting?
Actually, one time I went up there. I went to a haunted mansion up there, and it was that beautiful. It was so beautiful. That place was beautiful. I forgot the name of it. It was so beautiful. And it was like you was going back in time. You walked by that house, and it was wonderful.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was up in Raleigh or something like that up there.
Paradox wants to know if you've seen anything else in the woods.
Anything else? Let's see. Besides the Sasquatch and the DM, no, just that. Last year we saw that family of 4 Sasquatches on the other road, not far from us. I call the family because it was the 2 tall ones, and then the baby and the 2 medium-sized ones. So, and they were pretty impressive. That male looked like he was about maybe 10 foot or so. He was really tall and big.
Dang.
And that female, she was about at least 7 foot, but that little baby in the tree was so cute. I think I sent a picture of you that thing.
I don't
Got
think.
circled right.
I don't know if you might have. I've been getting so many pictures from Cryptid 559. I'm gonna get these confused here in a minute. Ramona wants to know if you prayed against any of the spirits that you were up against.
Oh yeah, definitely. I pray every night. I read the Bible. Read the Lord's Prayer. Read the Psalms and all, and I rebuke the evil. I always do that every night before I go to bed, and pray for the full armor of God. But yeah, I'm very religious on that. So.
Okay, what's black and gray paradox? What do you mean black and gray?
What's what?
He said black and gray, and I was wondering what that meant.
Black and gray. You talking about the color? You talking about the Bigfoot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that tall black, and he had a little bit of gray on him, but he was mostly black. With a cone-shaped head, like on it, like not much of a neck. His head down into his shoulders, like
Yeah.
He's got a pointed top. His hair is kind of pointed on top of those kind of funny looking, like he combed it up or something,
Like a
Weird
spike,
looking.
like a spike on top of his head.
Yeah, like a spike on his head, like it's kind of weird looking.
Yeah, that's the one the little one at the window had. It had its hair was sticking straight up. What I said was a little one. It wasn't so little, but the one that I saw at the window, its hair was spiked up.
Mm-hmm. I thought, wow, he looks weird. I didn't even Spike. Or to call him Spike is what I do. Is say, hey, Spike.
Yeah. How big was that one?
Well, I might as well call him Spike. I guess he was about right between 9 and 10 foot tall. He was, I'd say at least 9, but maybe a little bit taller than that because I estimated that from my height on up. He was about at least 3 more foot taller than I was.
Wow.
And twice as big as I am. I'm about 270 pounds, so this thing had me beat easily,
Yeah.
So I'm a big guy. This thing was much bigger.
Well, I was kind of wondering if maybe that spiked hair wasn't due to the age, but if you're saying that one was 9, 10 foot tall, the one at the window I saw was 7.5 and spiked, and I thought it was a baby. So I guess that doesn't really matter whether they're younger or older if they got the spiked hair. Maybe they just like the style, huh?
He wants to
Yeah, they want to be called Spike.
And the brownish red ones are beautiful. They got a beautiful color to them. It's like a beautiful color hair on them.
Yeah.
When the sun hits on it, it's kind of like a caramel color, if you know what I'm talking about. It's just beautiful. Like, wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Color on the Sasquatch,
Yeah. Boo was so black. I mean, he was so black. I would only attribute it to almost a blue hue, He was that black. And the younger one that Lizzie and I saw was black, but it was a matte black, not a shiny, pretty color black. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. You see Matt there, he said it's from walking through spider webs.
Matt the Brat.
He makes me laugh every time.
Oh, I know. He's so bad.
Him and Hobbit, they get it going.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's just craziness.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, how are you guys getting along? How are things going?
Well, great for us, but we've been struggling a lot with the doctor's bills and all, and the doctor's trips, and waiting to get paid next week, so we're just barely struggling, and I can't go to the hospital to get my leg checked out. I run the car around, I guess. I said, well, I got to make it until at least Monday, and I hope my leg don't get any worse. I've been trying to keep it elevated, and I don't walk that much. I got a walker thing I use to walk with, and I can sit down if I have to, but I just got the pittance. But
Good night, Jamie. Love you. God bless
good
you.
night, Jamie. Good night, Jamie.
Well, I'm interested. Like I said, I already told you my warning. You know. What do you mean? Never mind. What, Angelo? Did we miss something? Hello, Angelo. By the way. So many people I missed.
Yeah, well, it's going by. I try to read some of it and I have to scroll back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I can't. That's the whole problem. I cannot. Did I miss a question, Angelo? I'm sorry. Like I said, the chat's going by so fast, and I only see 2 or 3, sentences. So what'd you ask? Ask your question again.
I'm sorry, Angelo. I didn't see his question. I'm sorry.
I didn't either. Tim says poop. You and your
Oh, he says,
your squirrel heads.
he said, were the family on all fours ever? No, they were all, actually two of them were sitting down and one was hanging onto a tree, the baby was, and the other ones were standing up. I never seen them on all fours, though. They were always standing up.
Oh, okay.
They would squat down, like they was hiding behind the bush, and then they would just stand up. Like, it's like somebody trying to peek and look at you, and then duck back down.
Yeah.
Get that.
Isn't it weird how they squat down?
Yeah, it's just amazing. They just peek. You see them for 1 second, and then it's gone. You're like, where'd it go?
Yeah.
You saw something, but you can't prove it.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen them. I've never seen them run on all fours. I've seen their, the reason I say that they kind, what reminds me of spiders is because there's no way that our joints would move that way. If you saw it in the brush like I did, you saw the back of the head, and then you saw the bumps for the arms and the bumps for the legs, and you're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It didn't look right. And then I've seen Boo squat, and it is the funniest looking squat I've ever seen because they don't squat like we do, I mean, and so it's weird looking. And then I forgot who it was, but I think it was somebody on this chat that said something about them standing up, going down to a squat position, and then taking off, running forward. I think right there I would have a heart attack, at that point, because they don't take off like if you squat down and take off running, or like sprinters. These things leap forward like I don't know, 20 feet or something like that. Apparently when they take off, it's like a bottle rocket, and I think at that point, yeah, I think at that point I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, you're welcome, Angelo. I'm sorry I missed the first time, but I got the question though. But yeah, did everybody's Mid-South video? I never see that, Cajun. Talking about somebody's Mid-South video. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, see, I'm missing all of them. I don't get to see very many. At least you get to go back. I can't go back and look. So if you see any questions, if you would just answer them, because I can't tell unless someone repeats it, and then I feel like an idiot because someone said, "Well, you didn't answer my question."
Yeah, Paradox says they will watch human watching. Yeah, they human watch. They watch humans a lot.
Yep. I'll have my laptop here pretty soon, and I'm gonna start going live, and then my laptop's sitting right here, so it'll make it easier. So I'll be able to do more.
Yeah, you don't use StreamYards no more, do you? You just use YouTube now.
Yeah, I just use YouTube, so I'll be able to do it from my computer. It has a camera, and I haven't been able to do that. It's so hard to do it on my phone because I miss so much.
Yeah, you got your phone, you can't hardly see nothing.
No, not only that, I couldn't even tell you how many people were here or who all was here. I mean, I see bits and pieces, but a couple people said goodnight, and I was like, I didn't even know they were here.
Yeah, I do too, Cajun. I believe they have different vibrational energy than we do. Yeah, I believe that.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
You got any other stories for us?
That's it. I'm gonna try to go back up there in 2 or 3 days I'm able to. I'm gonna go see if I can see him again.
You stay off that
And
leg until that leg repairs. Don't you dare go out there.
yeah, I've been sitting on this couch. I better get out when I had to. I've been
Yeah.
sitting on this couch for 5 days now in a row, not
And,
doing much.
well, remember what I said, you know, if anything changes like that, make sure you get in. Go ahead and try your blood pressure down there and see what happens. Because they don't usually work
Okay.
very, very well. You know, you have an automatic one, right?
Yeah.
They don't work really well on the ankles, but you know, you can try it at least. But I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't trust it very well. But if it gets to hurting any worse than it does, I would definitely go get it checked. I wouldn't wait.
I mean, it's fine for a while. I can walk on it for a little while, but then after a while, it hurts. But when
Yeah.
I'm sitting down, it doesn't hurt at all. It's fine. There's no pain or nothing.
Well, it's because you're not on it, but that should tell you something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the swelling's gone down some.
Okay.
Even it's not as big as it was.
Okay.
Thank goodness. But
Okay.
I was scared though.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
was.
I'm
I
sure.
don't know. I had two thoughts in my mind. I said, please don't let it be that God. Please don't let it be them two thoughts. I was thinking either blood clot or a tumor. I was like, please don't let it be one of those two. You know.
Well, we're gonna pray that your leg gets better, and we're gonna do a lot of praying. There's gonna be a lot of prayers up here tonight. So
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
yeah, anytime, and we'll see what we can do about maybe trying to get you some help, you know, for you guys. And
Yeah.
but anyways, if nobody has any more questions, I'll let Shane go ahead and go, and we'll go back and let him jump on the live chat. So anybody have any more questions? What is that noise? I hear the drone. You gotta be kidding me.
A drone? You hear the drone flying out there?
Yep, I hear the drone.
Oh, you're welcome, everyone. Martha and Cryptid and Mike and Cajun and everyone. Tim and Tim says, did you find anything about my leg? Oh, not yet, Tim. As soon as I get to go to the hospital, I'm gonna go and check it out and see what's going on.
Yeah, just keep us informed if you can, and I'll be live again on Friday. Miss Ramona said she would grace us with her presence on Friday. So we will have Ramona on here, and thank you very much, Shane. I appreciate you and Sarah
Oh, you're welcome.
for all your
I'm
prayers
grateful.
and your dedication to, you know, not only to the family, but to the prayers that you guys do. We really appreciate a lot, and you will be in ours. And
You're
we'll be
welcome.
anytime that you want to call, and anytime you want to get back on here, you're more than welcome just to text me and let me know, and I'll put you on.
Yeah, I'll keep y'all updated. If anything comes up, sure enough, I'll let y'all know and I'll send the pictures and videos to you if I can, let you know where you can show everybody.
Okay, and I'll see, yeah, because I can get some of them out, and Ryan said he could do it too. So between the two of us, we'll get people the pictures that you want to show them.
Okay.
But
Well,
thank you.
that. Thank
I
you all.
appreciate you big time for coming on. I've been waiting for this for a while.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
All right. Well, thank you. You have a good night, and I'll see you on the chat.
All right, bye. I love y'all.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Nice, nice, nice. Hello, everybody, and hello, everybody I missed, because I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't watching live chat. I was trying to make sure that my husband's phone was still plugged in because it has a problem. And it kept going off and on and off and on and off and on. I was sure I was going to lose him, so that's what I was paying attention to. But anyways, oh, thank you, Sarah. You guys are great. I appreciate you being on and telling us your story and telling us about your life. It's always nice to hear. And now everybody got to hear Shane's voice and Sarah's in the background. Oh, that was cute. Thank you, Sarah. And we're going to be praying. Thank you, Jules. Hey, Mike. Oh, me too. I'm so excited. Blah, 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 Tim. Rodent head. Hello, Huntress. How are you? Well, Ramona said yes, so she'll be on Friday. And then we'll see how many more we can get on. Kevin should be here probably in the next couple days, so we'll go live when he gets here. Because I'm sure he's going to want to see who's out here. Hello, my lurkers. How are you? Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much, Nita. Please, anybody who is not subscribed to LA Swamp Ape, he only needs 51 more subs so he can go live. So anybody that can subscribe to him, please do it. Please do so. Hi, Nan. How are you? It's nice to see everybody here. Thank you very much, Paradox. I appreciate it. We got to get him because I'm telling you, he's got some really good stuff going on. I loved what he did today. That was great. Did you guys see his video today? When he went out there and actually did a reenactment? That was really good. Scrubs, yeah. Hi, Chev. How are you, sweetie? Oh, only here are scrubs. Everybody else are subs. You know, you guys are special. LA Swamp, Jules. He did a reenactment of something he saw. It was really good. He's getting getting a little bit more comfortable. Well, that's the whole point, Ramona. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you, Matt. Who's Mr. Dinky? LA Swamp Ape. You're so bad, Matt. I don't want to do with you. Oh. How are you doing, Cryptid? Why do you come on the minute someone says DM? You hear it or what? I'm telling you, you got DM ears. We could talk about anything, and the minute we start talking about DM, he says, DM where? He pops in. Just like we mentioned Tony's name and him. I know what. You guys are lurking, aren't you? See? There he goes. You're so cute. I love you guys. Oh, you're killing me. Yeah, Ramona, you're going to be fine. You can say as much or as little as you want, sweetie. You're just chicken, Tim. And of course, Nita's passing out the cookies and milk. I gotta turn my heater back on, and Jamie left. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. Brat. We want Tim. And poor Bob just wants his taco. Hey, Lane. Sorry you're sick, sweetie. I'm cold. Cookies? Yeah, cookies. Hello, Fashion. Oh, I have apples. Thank you, Angelo. He's going to have some pretty good stuff when he's able to go strictly onto YouTube. Oh, I missed. Somebody said something to D and I missed it. Hello, trash bag. How are you? Yeah, I'm making some dehydrated apples. You're trying to behave, Gator? Oh, for this group. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, hello, Christy. How are you? No, they're not chewy. They're crispy. Yeah, I missed it again. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Oh, Jules. Okay. Thank you very much, Jules. I'm sorry I missed it twice. It just went by so fast. Yeah, I'm not stressed like I was, praise God. And I'm not going to stress about the place we're going to move to. And I'm just trusting the Lord for whatever happens. Hi, Cryptidville. Oh, gosh, it's cold. What will be, will be. Good night, Cryptidville. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, everybody who I missed that left. We really appreciate it when you come on and listen. And I love this, that people are calling in and telling and sharing not just their stories, but their lives with us. We get to hear their voices, and I love it. How are you, Miss Christie? Yeah, Tim. Tim is having fun tonight, Christy. There's a lot of prayer requests tonight. Good, sweetie. Good to hear. We want Tim. We want Tim from Tim. Oh, you're so bad. What, Christy? Yeah, you'll be in Falk tomorrow, won't you? Hey, Tony, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while, sweetie. How's things going? Yep, Matt did it. Mm-hmm. Sweet. I couldn't go live there. Remember, I tried a couple times. It almost went live, but never followed through. Tim go live. Oh, really? Well, that's good to hear. Are you okay? Yeah, it wasn't for me, but it might be for hers. Aw. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Well, thank you very much, sweetie. I appreciate it. That's a good idea, Christy. Yeah, I know. It was sketchy at best, but you might have a better signal than I did. Oh, very good. Congratulations, Tony. Don't encourage him, Bob. Don't encourage him. Him and Matt are on a roll tonight. Chev, how are you doing, sweetie? You did really well tonight, Shane. Thank you very much again. I'm happy to have you on. You're encouraging him, Bob. Yeah, I'll probably see him tomorrow or the next day. Oh, he's coming down at the worst time. Aw. I'm sorry to hear that, Chev. I'll be laying hands on you again tonight, too. Oh, well, praise God for that, Sharon. That's really good to hear. Yes, absolutely. Encourage each other. Not get him to eat more rodent heads. Chev's head's hurting, Mike. That dog's going crazy. Can you hear that? Okay, Nita. God bless you. Love you, hon. Oh, hopefully not tonight. Yeah, Chev's head's hurting. What's the matter, Nita? You okay? Uh-oh. Nope. I don't, no. Yuck. We don't do squirrel brains here. Bob. Good night, Cryptid. I'd like to know why I'm not having very much activity lately, and I think the reason why we're not having much activity is because them guys across the street. Drones out. Dogs are barking. Come on, babies. Hey, Jean-Paul, how are you? Yep, same for me, Bob. 31 days for me to be out of this house, 31 days for you to have surgery. Wow. Yeah. Stupid drones, stupid military. Go away so I can have my activity. How are you, Jean-Paul? Oh. Yeah. Pretty close. You know what we'll be doing the night before your surgery, don't you? Yeah, I know. 31 days. Eating tacos. You and your tacos. What am I going to do with you? You're as bad as Tim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jack Links. Yeah, we saw the doctor today, and he doesn't have any idea since everything came back really good. Well, really well on his paperwork, his blood work, and everything came back really well. So the doctor seems to think it's his RA is acting up, and it's got to be in his back and hips. So, and I told him no opiates. Let's get him something else, but no opiates, because my husband doesn't handle those very well. Where is Crater Lake, Angelo? Why does that sound so familiar? Yeah. He won't, Ramona. He won't. He said the CBD oil, and I got him the good stuff, and he won't take that either. He's just stubborn. Or if he does take it, he'll take too much before he goes to bed, and it doesn't do anything. Oh, great, Christy. Okay, she's on the prayer list again, too. Oh, he's just got this thing about the legal stuff and the non-legal stuff, so you ain't gonna get him to take it. He's stubborn. You might as well tell him to go take a hit of acid, you know. He ain't gonna do it. Yeah, well, it's not legal here. And we're still here. Yeah, I know CBD is legal. She's talking about the THC stuff. Well, we'll be moving to Oklahoma pretty soon. Then we'll see. Oh, Tim. You and Matt, are you guys at the same pub? Yeah, I will be shortly. I hope so. I really hope so, Christy. I miss him. Oh, Missouri. Very nice. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the live chat for tonight and get some stuff ready for Kevin to show up. He'll probably be here tonight, tomorrow or the next day when all of his stuff is done. So I got to get this room ready for him and get stuff packed. But I will be back either when Kevin gets here. I'm sure we're going to go live. I promise you that. And then don't forget about Ramona on Friday. And I'll just keep doing this as often as I can before I leave. What, Christy? You're bad, Matt. Yeah, don't forget all the prayers for everybody who needs them, guys. And keep everybody on the prayer list. Sorry. And I will talk to you guys later. I love you all. God bless. And we'll see you soon. And if I have any, yeah, maybe. If I have any activity later on, I'll go live again, okay? Right now, it doesn't seem like I have anything because I have camo dudes across the street. But anyways, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.